And welcome back to Let's Play Persona 3, Episode Aegis, aka The Answer. Last time, we hit a pretty major milestone. We have finished up Judecca, and now we are primed for the final door in the Abyss of Time, into the block Empyrean. But before we can get into that, we've got a couple of activities to do with our allies, as well as some new dialogue to get, but we'll start with the activities and then clear out the dialogue. Koromaru-san is staring at me as if he wants something, I think. Should I spend time with Koromaru-san? Obviously. I'm glad he's happy about that, honestly. It makes me happy when he's happy. It seems as if Koromaru-san wants to go somewhere.
Oh, how are you?
Hello, you two. Have you been playing together? Wine. Sounds like you want to tell us something, Koromaru. Is something the matter? Maybe he's hungry. Indeed, indeed. Dog whispering Fuka right now. That must be it. Well, that reminds me of that food we found. It looked like it would be really yummy for Koro-chan. I think it was called premium dog food. Oh, is that what you really wanted this whole time? Alright, we got him figured out. Hold on now. It's not time to eat yet. It's important that we adhere to our schedules. Aw, don't give us that face, Koromaru. Come on. Koro-chan. Well, you can hold out, right? Because you're a good, strong boy. Okay, maybe this once. Well, I suppose we can make an exception. After all, these extraordinary circumstances we found ourselves must be taking their toll on Koromaru as well. And with that, premium dog food has been dispensed. I guess it's all ended up going just as Koro-chan wanted. Indeed. He's certainly masterful at getting others to bend to his will, even without the ability to speak. That's such a pragmatic way to look at it, Mitsuru. I can feel Koromaru's unwavering spirits. Not really sure how that connects to unwavering spirit. It's more like a stubborn defiance. Regardless, it gets us Auto Masakunda, which is quite nice to have at this stage of the game, honestly. Eating too much isn't good, though. We'll have to be extra careful about his calorie and fat intake after this. Maybe we should add more vegetables to his diet. No, okay. Let's not get carried away, Fuka. Now, Koromaru. It's unbecoming to be a picky eater. It's not like he's an obligate carnivore or anything. Regardless, that is Koromaru upgraded to his maximum. You love to see it. You love to see it. Moving on to the third floor here, Yukari is chilling here, and ditto for Metis. Sister, do you remember that book we found in the Abyss? Apparently, this profile book is an item used by close friends and family. So, if you have the time, maybe we could fill it out together? Should I spend time with Metis? Obviously.
Wow, unbelievable!
Let's do an exchange then. So basically, we each have to answer questions, then trade pages to show each other what we wrote. I've been wanting to do this with you, sister. I'm so happy right now. Let's see here. My name is Metis, and my nickname... Sister, do I have a nickname? Well, I guess we can just call you Little Sis to put in something.
That means...
Ooh, some of your friends call me that. I see, so it counts as a nickname. This next section is about my role model. Obviously my sister. My favorite thing, also my sister. And so is this one, and... Not beating the codependency jokes I've been making, Metis. Okay, all done. Oh, good job, Metis. Happy to see you got it done so quickly. Oh, it was nothing. So, how far did you get? Are you already done? Please give me a moment. I need time to think about this.
It's for my
Okay,
sister.
I'll be patient and wait right here for you to finish. And that does it for the profile book exchange. Mission success! And we get Metis' profile book as an accessory. I'm so happy we're able to carry out our own exchange.
What a relief.
I get this strange feeling whenever I receive something from you, sister. Like a sense of fulfillment whenever you gift me things or trust me with something. It's hard to articulate effectively, but I feel as if my chest is swelling up to the point it might just burst. Well, I think I get what you're saying.
Really?
You do? Then you must have someone in your life who's just as important to you as you are to me. And the thought makes my chest feel even more full. It's overwhelming. Metis seems to be deeply reflecting on her feelings. And with that, Metis also gets her final upgrade, Sister Amp, a 40% attack boost when she's on the receiving end of a shift from Aegis. Of limited use in boss fights, but it actually can be quite helpful for random encounters, as well as monad bosses, so always keep this in mind if you can get some good damage out of it, particularly if you pass it into a Theurgy. There's a pretty considerable boost to the damage, even if you don't have something like Charge in effect. This is my new treasure. I'll always cherish it and keep it safe. I hope you feel the same way with mine. Alright, moving on from that, we've of course got some dialogue to scoop up. Once again, Yukari off by her lonesome. When someone says something that hits a nerve, it's probably because there's some truth in what they said. When she said how all we talk and laugh about and stuff from our past, I wanted to be like, you don't know anything about our past. But maybe her not having the whole picture of her past is exactly why she's actually right. We're not doing it intentionally. Looks like Yukari needed some time to stew on her feelings after the previous scene. Makes sense, though. The flashback was personally relevant to her, so probably a bit of an emotional gut punch right there. I don't think Metis has some evil plan or anything, but she can be a little difficult to talk to at times. No offense to you, Ai-chan, but what's up with an anti-shadow weapon that gets all cranky like that? We'll leave you to think about that. That is something for you to ponder, Junpei. Metis said that we're the reason the Abyss of Time exists, right? And the place is infested with shadows. Damn it, what the hell does it all mean? This could sound like Junpei. I have no idea what's going on. Well, hey, at least you're able to relate with him on something, right? I've all been saying that Metis acts pretty childish, but maybe she really is a child at heart. If that's the case, maybe we're the ones who should be reaching out to her. Well, can we put Ken up to the task? He might be able to resonate. Yukari seems to believe that you inherited your new persona abilities from him. What do you think, Aegis? Is it possible? Inherited? But how?
My apologies.
Apologies. I didn't intend to distress you. I'm sure Yukari didn't mean any ill will toward you either, but you are the only one who heard his final words. She must be taking it especially hard. Sorry, I know this couldn't have been easy on you either, but I only want you to understand where she's coming from. Over here we got Koromaru. Koromaru-san keeps looking in my direction as if he's worried for me. At least we're assuming, anyway. Maybe there really is some kind of secret behind these personas. Just a little further until we make it to the end. I wonder what we'll find there. Right, and we didn't actually see what Metis had to say after finishing up around here, so let's just look around for her real quick. We didn't really see her on floor 4. Oh, hey, check it out. A Twilight fragment that I did not collect. Where are you, Metis? Kinda wish we could see where the NPCs are on the door map. Is she still on the 3rd floor and I just didn't realize it? Or did I completely overlook her? Boy, Yukari, did you see which direction Metis headed in? I'm a little lost as to where she might be. Goodness gracious, where is Metis? Is she hiding out in the kitchen? There she is, okay. A little game of hide and seek there. I am not a kid. I've been helping. I kept my promise and haven't hurt anyone, so I'm always left out and treated like some child. Oh, she took that a little deeper than I think anyone really meant anything bad by it. Anyways, let's do a quick cut of grabbing stuff in Polonia Mall. First off, Officer Kurosawa. Oh, that's right, I have something for you. We've been working together for some time. Think of it as a bonus. Get some diamonds here. Pretty helpful. Diamonds are one of the main items that you trade for the level 3 incenses. Also get an Avaricious Ring if you'd like to boost your experience gain. Wanted you to have this, blah blah blah. An Omega Drive here. Very nice accessory for both Junpei and Metis to boost their crit rate by a ton. Particularly once Metis gets her best physical skill, Akasha Arts. And of course Junpei just generally enjoys a good amount of crit bonus on all his moves, like Vorpal Blade. Currently, he's still rocking Deathbound. Welcome to Rafflesia. Let's see, our seeds have grown splendidly, and we get a bunch of golden tomatoes. Let me see here. I want to check the shop real quick. Yes, we can now buy herb sprouts. You know what? I will start just growing a few of these. Let's grow those in tandem with the golden tomato sprouts here, or actually, we'll grow 1 golden tomato sprout and 2 simple herb sprouts. Simple herbs are quite nice because they can make charging and concentrating herbs, which allow anybody to cast charge and concentrate on themselves. I didn't really look into them in the main game because they weren't really all that useful, truth be told, but they can be helpful in episode Aegis. Great deal of strife, blah blah blah. Trying to act like you have new things to say here. Let's see, you got Ella's Slipper for faster overheat recovery. Honestly, don't care about it. Keep Leviathan in mind as very, very good option for Junpei if you're going for the bonus boss. So we got Fallen Noble. Ooh. This gives Unshaken Will, which might actually be worth having around. Let's see. The Papillion method for Aegis gives her Shift Amp, which is decent. Let's see. The Kugelbein, which is... Or Kugelbein, which is also for Aegis for Regenerate 3. Not bad, not bad. And an Orgia duration +1 for Metis. Again, I haven't really been using Orgia mode that much, so probably not anything I need to concern myself with too much. Is there anything else I really want? Oh, right, at this point, we should be able to get Gibalg for Ken, so let me see if I can find that real quick. Which one is it under? Goodness gracious. Finding all these things, that's not the thing I'm looking for. Where is that one? It's on Urgatite Chunk. There we go, there we go. Get this for Ken for a little bit of boost to his light damage. We can also get some amp bracers here. How about we go for the Agni bracers? And let me see here. Can we get the bracers for light, perhaps? AS refined material. I don't see that anywhere. Just making absolutely sure I don't miss anything here. So there's all those. Cloth, Lethal Blade. No. Does not look like it, actually. So we'll probably just continue on from... Oh, no, wait. Oh, I was getting that. Okay. We need opals for that. Can we trade for any items for opals real quick? Yes, as a matter of fact. Okay, yeah, let's just go all in on boosting up Ken's light damage. He could really use that, so let's get that. And we will grab the Ushas bracers. There we go. Good stuff, good stuff. Alrighty, now we are mostly just going to focus on FES for our exploration, but of course we'll have a supercut for things that happen in Reload, so let's just get over to beginning exploration. And see you back in Reload in a bit, I guess. Alrighty, now in Persona 3 FES, what I'd like to take a look at real quick is I did a little bit of training just to catch up some of my Persona that have fallen behind, and also do a fusion. First off, I got Odin leveled up to the point where he learns Thunder Rain and Spellmaster, plus he's got access to Elekkamp to really sweeten the pot, and honestly, I think Odin is strong enough with his high magic stat. We really don't need to fuse an Elect user beyond him, so we'll probably just be sticking with him. Cert really wasn't just gonna cut it, because he only has Fire Boost in this storyline, so I fused him off into Bishamonten after grinding out Ragnarok, which didn't take too long since Cert was pretty underleveled at this point. A pretty solid Persona. He doesn't have the best magic for a Firecaster, so possibly I'll fuse him off into Saturnus once we're the level to create that. But as you can see, with Fire Boost and Ragnarok at his disposal, we'll also shortly pick up Fire Amp, and as a matter of fact, I'll probably want to stick to using him going forward, just to make sure we have him at the ready to funnel as much experience into. He's relatively underleveled, so he should get that Fire Amp really quickly. Gonna be bringing along Ken and Akihiko, and honestly, I'm probably just going to be sticking to them for the rest of the playthrough for Persona 3 FES. They'll be quite good for the upcoming boss fights, and I really see no reason to use anyone besides them for the final boss fight, plus various other boss fights that we'll have along the way that aren't strictly associated with the Abyss of Time. But we'll get to that when we get to that. There's a little bit of dialogue that we're missing out on, since I did do my training within Empyrean. Everything here gives wonderful experience, so it was just a very quick way to take care of everything. Any dialogue that I missed, of course, I will be going over to Reload to show off. As an added benefit of doing my training in Empyrean, I got a couple of these things scanned already, such as the Amenti Raven, 368 HP, repels fire, weak to elect, and strong against wind skills. Nothing too special there. The other thing we want to look at is the Battle Wheel, of course. 413 HP, nullifies light, and otherwise has no resistances, so nothing too special there either. So yeah, that guy repels fire. What I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to fire off my first Ragnarok. Better make sure everyone is on full assault, and they are indeed, to deal a whole bunch of damage to the Battle Wheel here. Should be more than enough for my purposes, really. Yeah, that does pretty well. Metis will swing and miss, unfortunately. Ken is going to take out this Amenti Raven here pretty decisively, too. Granted, the distress probably helped out quite a bit with that, but hey, I'll take it, I'll take it. That is 2 enemies that I can mark off on the list. Alright, and not a whole lot of experience, unfortunately. Thankfully, Aigis has caught up to the level curve a bit. Akiko is probably still a little bit under-leveled, so we can probably expect to see quite a few level-ups coming through for him as we make our way to the checkpoint floor. Our destination is floor 8, so we don't have too far to go before we end up reaching that. It's actually pretty nice. That one thing I've noticed is that the Abyss of Time is pretty generous with access points. It's certainly come up a lot in this playthrough. There's pretty much always seems to be one on a floor. I'm not really sure what the exact differences are between the floor generation in this and the journey, but access points definitely seem to be a lot more common, which is appreciated because you definitely have a much greater desire to bail out every now and again. And doubly it's helpful because we don't actually have access to escape route with Fuka yet, so that's a bit of an unfortunate blank spot from our skill list. Let's see, we've got amorous snakes here. Let me see if I can find them on my list here. I don't think I actually have them on here, unfortunately. Probably something that I overlooked, or possibly I put them in the Judecca. No, wait, I got them right here. Okay, 372 HP, resists physical, absorbs fire, weak to ice and dark, and repels light skill. All things that don't work out very well for Bishamonten, but that's okay. That's why we have a very extensive party to help us out here. Honestly, Metis' Vicious Strike will probably deal some pretty wonderful damage there, and then Akihiko and Ken will likely take these guys down with some pretty considerable elect damage. Unfortunately, Akihiko does not have access to Mazeodyne yet. It'll probably be pretty deep in the game before he fully gets access to that. Let me see here. Very unfortunate, but I am just going to take out this one right here. Dang it. Well, okay, they're going for Diorama anyway, so I'm not super pressed about that. Hopefully, Ken takes out one that has yet to act, though I think he did just take out the one that had already acted. Akihiko will be doing much better for himself once he has access to Mazeodyne. Oh, come on, Metis, you could have finished that guy off with, what is it, Bufudyne. Sexy Dance coming out, which is a little unfortunate. Ooh, very unfortunate, actually. I can live with the Pierce attack, though, especially because that's just something that Aigis no-sells. We haven't really had to deal with ailments too much in the answer, funnily enough, which is not something I was really expecting to happen by the end of the game. I've yet to grind out Lachesis and Clotho, just because it's kind of annoying to try and find them. But I will probably create Norn before the answer is over. It would definitely be helpful to have a Phanta Ray user as well. Plus, Norn is just a defensively solid persona since they get access to Drain Elec, making us have something that is just completely incapable of being seriously harmed. Here we've got another couple new enemies here. Grand Maguses, which have 360 HP, weak to fire skills, as you expect of Magus enemies, very commonly weak to fire. Nullify Strike, repels ice, dark, and light. Unfortunate for Ken over there with his light spells. Hallowed turrets here are pretty annoying. Repel all physical skills, strong to light and dark, and weak to Elec. Fortunately, we have numerous Elec users on our side. I'm just going to go for the Maragidyne here. It would be nice if we could get more shuffle times off of what we're doing here. But I can't always guarantee that's going to happen. We have to get those knockdowns. Fortunately, Ken is going for the knockdown here. But the one Magus that evaded is not really giving us much to work with in that. Great. Zeodyne coming out from Akihiko, which honestly will probably deal some pretty considerable damage. Ooh, nice. And we can just go for the crit here. It was funny playing Persona 3 Vanilla and finding out that Shock was not a guaranteed crit, so it wasn't a particularly significant status ailment. I don't think Thunder Rain had the 100% success rate for inflicting Shock either. There we go. Nice big experience. Whoa! Okay. Yeah, definitely nice big experience boost there. That was way more than I was expecting. That probably got Bishamonten pretty clet his inevitable endpoint of getting Fire Amp.
Yes. My skill level has increased.
Gotta let everybody get their piece in.
My skills have improved.
Indeed. What the heck? Let's see what this thing is. Might be something new. Let's see, here we've got a Fanatic Tower. Let's see, this guy is 1386 HP, repels fire, ice, and elect skills, nullifies light and dark, so he's only vulnerable to physical skills. We should be able to defeat this one, although, ooh, that is actually very weak, unfortunately. Hopefully this gets scanned before Ken has a, an opportunity to accidentally hit it with the wrong thing. Akihiko's here also deals some pretty nice damage there. Okay, let me see here. Just thinking what the prudent thing to do would be. Unfortunately, I lost access to buffs off of the fusion with, what is it? Cert into Bishamonten. I did a triangle spread to get him. I believe the components were, I had created a Skatak off of something. I forget, why are you going for the normal strike attack there, Metis? I mean, whatever. It did well enough. Actually, surprisingly competitive with Gigantic Fists damage. That, Elect Break, funnily enough, ended up working against this guy, because that actually just got Akihiko back on his feet. Let's get the Gigantic Fist coming out through here. Huh. I lost track of where Metis was in the turn order. There we go, and we still get the shuffle time off of defeating him with Aegis there, so much appreciated there. Let's see. Once again, go for another experience booster. It'll be nice once I'm not locked into having Bishamonten equipped, and yeah, it's pretty decent. There we go. And he got some magic points out of it, so very good. Well, a magic point. Honestly, getting... You know what? I will actually let Diarahan mutate. Auto Masuku. Whatever. I'll take it. Not exactly super necessary. Probably Diarahan would be more useful, but if it's not a multi-targeting healing skill, we already have Mei Diarahan off the back of Raphael. I don't really care to have single-target healing. It's not super useful in this game. As often demonstrated by the AI-controlled characters going for single-target heals over just using their multi-targets all the time once they have them. Trying to be a little economical there, and it's often not much appreciated. Let's see, another new enemy over here, and a pretty dangerous one, Intrepid Knights. These guys have some pretty considerable resistances here. They are resistant to slash and strike skills, or pierce skills, rather. Drain Wind, Nullify Light and Dark, and are weak to Elect, but they have Evade Elect at their disposal, so this can actually make them pretty obnoxious to hits. They will very frequently dodge your skills. We actually got quite lucky there. It is honestly a little tempting to try and just go for Maziodyne spam when they can't dodge it. Wouldn't be super inefficient either with ooh, nice. Yeah, I just noticed one of them's got shock, so he'll be taking... Ooh, double crit on Metis. Heck yeah. Unfortunately, no card of wands there, so no boosted experience, but still a pretty solid finish to that battle. I do definitely want to be paying attention to how much experience we're getting, though, because the bosses' levels jump up quite a bit here, and if we actually want to be able to deal decent damage to them, we do want our characters to be relatively powerful. Like, let me take a look at Akihiko here. Like I was saying, he's been pretty under-leveled recently. It's because I haven't been using him too much. Level 61, yeah, he's like at the same level as Bishamonten, so gotta be mindful of that. Still has Elect boost at his disposal, so we can keep the Indra bracers on him. Remember, once he gets that Elect amp, it's gonna overwrite his Elect boost passive. Alright, some new enemies here. So you'll want to switch him over to Elect Bracers at that point in order to make sure that he has the most damage possible. Anyway, we've got, what is it here? The Cupids, Gracious Cupid, where are you on my list? Right at the top, actually. 350 HP, weak to strike, nullifies ice. However, Maziodyne with Elect Amp and Elect Boost on Odin should be more than enough to take these guys out. Yeah, take out everything, honestly. It's nice when you get these enemies that are weak enough, you can just go with the neutral hit and just finish them off. We're able to set this kind of thing up much earlier in the journey due to a variety of factors. Obviously, the social link experience boosts helped quite a bit there. But it's finally online for us in the answer, so very glad to see that's finally come together. Honestly, Raphael is doubly versatile. Aside from his auto team buffs, he has Mei Diarahan, and he has access to...
Yes. My skill level has increased.
My skills have improved.
Gotta let him get that out. Matarukaja, so we can use that to also further help us keep our damage competitive. And yet another new enemy over here, Sleeping Table. These guys are pretty obnoxious. 553 HP, as you can see, strong to most physicals, outright nullifying strike. Has a fire resistance and is immune to light and dark, so you can't fish for insta-kills either. Fortunately, we have the double buffed elect spells, which still deal some pretty nice damage to them. I'm not really sure if Poison Arrow is quite the best thing that Metis could do there, but whatever. I believe she still has the Varuna bracers equipped, but I don't think the AI really considers their damage-boosting passives when picking a skill to hit. She's probably just comparing her strength to the enemy's endurance. It's like, well, Poison Arrow deals decent enough damage, I suppose. Let's go for it. It is also her only viable physical option, I believe. I don't think she has any pierce skills, or not pierce skills, slash skills remaining on her move list. You're slowly getting closer to the presence. It's very near now. Be careful. Have I ever not been careful? Plenty of times, but we're just going to ignore all of those. You don't have to pay any attention to that. It is not a big deal. You should not question my abilities. I am pretty confident in what I'm capable of pulling off. Alright, now time for a bit of a reload montage. I think this is a good place for it. Have you begun to sense the impending end of your journey? Just what is it that you'll find there? I look forward to seeing it myself. How may I help you? Just a little bit of extra dialogue from Elizabeth as we are approaching the endgame. With that collected, we can also get the dialogue that I missed out on from Fuka at the start of Empyrean, or at the very least, the reload version of it. This is Empyrean, the last one. Are you ready? Of course I am, Fuka. And then we can get right into the nitty-gritty with enemy montages and monad bosses galore. Sounds like a beautiful time to me. I'm scanning ahead. It's the figure! I'm getting a reading on it! Go ahead, Aegis, but please be careful. Careful is my middle name. Well, actually, my middle name is Jeffrey, but that's not important. Fuka doesn't need to know that, and honestly, you probably don't need to know that either, but whatever.
Or anything. I just don't get to talk to my sister as much as all of you.
Okay, that was pretty good. I wanted to let that go. Let's get into a fight here, and then we can start cutting between them. Starting things off here, we've got, I believe these are the Amenti Ravens. 711 HP, they repel fire skills, weak to wind, and resist dark. Since I don't really have to worry about them dodging a, strike skill or anything, or rather resisting it, we can just do that to get these guys knocked down right away. We'll probably do a little bit of tagging between Aegis and Metis in order to get the Theurgy charge for both of them going up. Of course, I do have a Norn. I probably should have switched to her instead, but whatever. We'll do that. And then switch over to Metis real quick. Probably not going to be... Well, actually, now that we have a Sister Amp, Garudan should deal some pretty decent damage off the back of that pass there. And not quite as good as the damage multipliers that Aegis has stacked, especially because her magic stat is a lot lower. But still, this should be enough to finish these guys off. Okay, maybe not. Oh my goodness. Always disappointing when that happens. Let me see. I'll take out this weaker one and see if I can't get Metis to knock this guy down without killing him. But that might be a little bit to ask. It could almost be worth it in its own way to keep lower tier spells for Metis, since her magic power is never going to be particularly great, and you can use that to set up all-out attacks pretty easily. Whatever, not the path that I've committed to. Next up, we've got two new enemies here, Gracious Cupids and Amorous Snakes. Let's see, the Gracious Cupids are 670 HP, weak to strike, and nullify fire skills. Lined up perfectly for Koromaru's Swift Strike. The Amorous Snakes, on the other hand, are 852 HP, they absorb fire, are weak to ice, and repel light skills. Again, nothing we need to really worry too much about. I do definitely need to look into, when it comes to ice damage, potentially fusing up Quetzalcoatl in the near future. He's starting to fall a little bit behind the experience curve, but he's still quite good, given that I've set him up with all the best abilities for maximizing ice damage. So, yeah, I mean, that's not terrible. We can still manage quite a bit with that. I could pass the Metis here, but I do kind of want to finish this off with a all-out attack, just to start getting some shuffle times going. Maybe find some new Personae. Again, if I could find a Kali, that would help with getting duplicate cards for Kali, and then we could rely on that to... we don't have any strike skills, unfortunately. We could rely on that to boost up the amount of... what is it? Oh man, my brain just stalled out. The amount of experience that Adavaka is getting, so we can more quickly obtain Automata Rikaja. Ooh, Garuda here. And what the heck, we'll take him. Unfortunately, we are full on our stock. Let me see here. Kikuruhime. We'll just toss her out. I don't really care to have her. Ooh, and I guess since while we're here, Fuka finally got Tartarus Search for us. So anytime we come across the Greedy Shadow, we can clear that encounter, no problem. Remember that Tartarus Search will always let you win those encounters, and if you haven't completed the Greedy Shadow, or rather, chase down the Greedy Shadow, and if you haven't completed the quest for defeating a Greedy Shadow by that point, or this point rather, you can complete it very easily with Tartarus Search at your disposal. Another new enemy here, Sleeping Tables. I always start this off with another new enemy, and it's just such a weird way to do it, since it's just an enemy montage. Regardless, 800 HP, repel/gills, weak to elect, nullifies, wind and light. Once again, we should be able to fish out a crit with Koromaru's Swift Strike, which we did indeed. Okay, what we will do now is switch over to Quetzalcoatl once more. Kinda wish Koromaru was getting his Theurgy gauge built up a bit more by that, but whatever. Get this guy sent down here. Oh, do I have the... Oh, I think I was looking at the wrong... Oh, it was elect that I meant. Whoops, I already had a brain fart there and completely forgot what kind of magical damage I was going for. That is okay. These things happen sometimes. I do need to look into getting Odin online once we hit the requisite level for him. Let's have Ken knock down this one. Also, of course, just get a little bit of Theurgy charge for him. This should deal some decent damage also. He doesn't have the Indra bracers anymore, so not using a Lek Amp at this point. But the nice thing about having those light boosting equipment on him is that it'll make his Theurgy much more potent, which is actually pretty desirable. In its own right, though, having a weaker Zeodyne is also nice, because again, this allows me to set up these baton passes a lot more easily here. I'll take this guy out. And finish with the all-out attack for a guaranteed shuffle time. Gotta love it, gotta love it. Next up on the docket, we've got Battle Wheels here. Let's see, 1090 HP, weak to fire, absorbs ice, and nulls light. Fortunately, with our Agni Bracers on Koromaru, he will deal considerably more fire damage now. Not exactly what Aegis is capable of, but still pretty useful. I much appreciated. Gotta be more cognizant of using, what is it, the auto-heal function, or rather the smart healing function outside of battle. Let's just use this Agidyne here. Going for Rangda. I've noticed that the assist selection will always go for what it deems to be the cheapest thing, rather than the most practical thing. Which admittedly in this case, since I have Cert rocking Inferno, it might actually be better for us overall, too. This guy isn't, oh, he does Null Light. Unfortunate, unfortunate. We'll just go for the, actually, I should have gone for, the Vile Assault there. Oh, well. Could've, should've, would've. Let's see here, and yeah, he doesn't have any particular, physical resistances, so we'll just go for that.
It's one of those doors. What should we do?
Explore it, of course, Ken. Going for the hardest possible. So let's get our first set of Monad bosses out of the way. Shall we? Shall we? Of course, we've got 4 potential encounters we can have in Monad. Only 3 at a time can be encountered, so I will have to show off another door once we get to it. We're unbeatable when we fight together. Right, sister? Indeed, indeed. Going to have some pretty challenging enemies to deal with here. Just try it. I'll take you down. But I think we're more than capable of handling them. Okay, here we've got the Reckoning Dice and the Platinum Dice. Let's see, the Platinum Dice is just a normal enemy. It is drains physicals, but is weak to Elec. And yeah, 893 HP. The Reckoning Dice, on the other hand, has the same draining physical property, but no weakness. So we'll need a way to deal good damage to them, which we'll probably just rely on Theurgies to take them out. Let's see, what do I want to do here with Koromaru? I think the smart thing to do would be to just go for an item here. We'll go for the Shock Magatama, take down the Platinum Dice real quick, and pass to someone who can accomplish a little bit more. with their theurgies, which I think Aegis would probably be the best way to go about this. We will switch over to Quetzalcoatl right now. Unfortunately, I don't have a strong user for Dreamfest still, so I probably should go about setting that up. I'm also missing our other physical option, or our other big theurgy damage dealing option. Just have not seen the creature that will allow us to utilize that come up yet. As you can see, this guy, rather annoyingly, likes to inflict you with rage, so you are going to have to suffer that bit of indignity. Let's have Metis get everybody boosted up with attack power here. Hopefully we don't end up getting too much of this guy's HP restored. Let me see here. I think the best thing to do would just be to use Maragidine. We don't have Dark Amp on Koromaru yet, so even though Agaon has a slightly better base power, I think using Maragion or Maragidine will still get a bit more damage overall, since we have Fire Amp mixed in for it. Let me see here. We will go for Cert's Inferno, because this is the strongest option we have at our disposal here. Not that much, though. You know, honestly, let's just go for Divine Retribution here. Ken should be able to deal some pretty wonderful damage with this. Now that he's got the double boosting passives, it's not a gimmick option anymore. There we go. Not great, but if I mixed in a defense debuff there, probably could have given some pretty nice damage there. Next up, we have the Intrepid Knight, who nullifies Pierce skills, repels Ice, Dark, and Light. It has 2311 HP to burn through, so I think our best option here is to go for Power Howling and try to set up for a big, powerful hit from Metis real quick. So let's get that set up. Everybody is filled with vigor. We are going to go for a defense debuff on this guy. I think the best way to go about it would just be to use one of our Debilitator Sutras there. Make this guy as weak as possible. Alright, he's going for the Mabufudine, which fortunately we... Oh, wait. Aegis does in fact have a weakness to that right now. But that's just annoyance more than anything. Let's get the Charging Blitz through here. Unfortunately, we don't really have a way to knock this guy down, so... Ooh, nice! Yes, beautiful damage! Sometimes I'm just impressed by the... Ooh, and it got a critical! I'm impressed by the amount of damage that can be laid out with physical skills like that. It probably would be in my best interest to just get Aegis restored from Dizzy there. Do not want to have her vulnerable. Right. So what we're gonna do now, let me see here. That's a Doom Sword on the right. Well, first off, we got the Fanatic Tower here. This guy has, as you can, well, actually, as you can't see, he has a 2345 HP. He is weak to piercing skills, absorbs elect, and nullifies wind. That Doom Sword has 802 HP, repels slash, is resistant to strike and pierce skills, unfortunately, and is weak to fire. What we're gonna do here is we're just gonna have Ken go for the Myriad Arrows right away. Not gonna deal a super huge amount of damage to the Doom Sword, but it will get him that extra turn. And let's use up Oracle here just to get some of our buffs set back up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pass over to Aegis real quick, and oh, well, that might still work in my favor. It's not the most ideal thing I could have gotten there, but we'll take it, we'll take it. We'll do the Inferno on this guy, and with the Concentrate boost, yeah, that's just gonna absolutely dust that guy. Next, we will switch over to Bishamonten here, and utilize his incredibly powerful Primal Force. This ended up working out pretty well, regardless. There we go, yes! Ah, that was incredible. Love it when you get those nice little boosts with Charge and Concentrate. Ooh, nice. Get some stat boosts for all our Personae. Balazebul is tempting there, but can't really pass up the Chariot Arcana either. Any bit of extra HP is much appreciated. I also did get a Fortune card, so everybody else got a little HP boost there, which can always be appreciated. Honestly, if you want to maximize the effectiveness of Fortune cards, whenever you draw one, it isn't a terrible idea to just leave the Abyss of Time at that point, so you can refresh the pool. Ooh, Cannon of Eminence. There is actually a very high chance that I want to re-equip, well, a decent chance that I might enjoy re-equipping this. Well, it is flatly better than my Cannon of Heresy, but the Cannon of Eminence has like 5 different abilities it can have, and the most potent ability it can have by far is Magic Ability. Magic Ability is the one that boosts all of your elemental damage, fire, ice, elect, and wind. So your core elemental damage just gives it a flat 25% bonus multiplier, and that stacks multiplicatively with your other elemental modifiers, so it is a pretty significant damage boost if you can get it. One of Aegis's best options in this mode. Let's see, Ken is interested in the armor, but we will just hold off on that real quick. What does this Dressed Shirt of Treason do? It's not particularly good. Honestly, that Code of Eminence works out pretty well for him. That doesn't nullify his dark weakness, but it does give him a little bit of extra insurance against it. Get a simple herb sprout there. And Leather Shoes of Eminence. Leather Shoes of Eminence can potentially have the Enduring Soul passive, which is incredibly good. Alright, that's it for this run of Monad. We'll see if we run into any more new enemies while we're exploring. Well, we've got a potentially disastrous scenario here. I got ambushed by the Fanatic Tower enemy variant, or no, Grudge Towers. These guys can be pretty nasty to deal with. They are quite strong in Persona 3 FES, actually. I wouldn't recommend engaging them. In this game, they're a bit more manageable, but obviously getting ambushed like that is not exactly desirable. We're going to try and fish for some crits on these guys, as is the most effective way to deal with them. They're not actually weak to anything, so yeah, here we go. Just spam crits, and that should or fish for crits, and that should do you pretty well. We're going to take advantage of the Sister Amp here, as well as get a little bit of Metis' Theurgy gauge recharge there. This should, yes, very nice. Okay, let me see here. Definitely want to keep the party topped off on HP, so Ken will just go for Meiji-Arama here. I was trying to get an ambush on these guys, but I just whiffed it entirely, which was pretty unfortunate, I gotta say. Definitely would have preferred it if I had gotten that, you know what I'm saying? Let's see here. We'll just have Koromaru fish for a crit there. Did not get it. Let's see here. I didn't actually go over these guys' traits. They have 1750 HP. They absorb fire and ice and repel dark skills. Fortunately, light skills work on them just fine, so Ken should still be able to deal some appreciable damage here. Okay, wasn't the greatest thing I could have gotten. Let's go for Brave Blade here. Fortunately, we're actually coming up first in the turn order here. That is the power of having a crit-optimized Siegfried at your disposal. Always keep him in mind. And over here, we've got the King Castle here. Let's see. These guys, if I can find them on my little bestiary here, they resist physical skills, nullify light, and are weak to dark skills. 1300 HP to chew through, which is not super desirable, but we can manage. Honestly, it's probably in my best interest to just switch over to Aegis and hit these guys with Dreamfest real quick. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Who is my Dark Caster at this point, even? I know I kept somebody with dark boosting abilities around, so gotta be in here somewhere. Or did I actually just get rid of them because I didn't think it would be worth keeping them around? I just got rid of them, I think. Whoopsie doops. Well, let's see. Do we have anyone with multi-target boost? I think Quetzalcoatl has it. Yeah, he does, so that's the best we can get out of Dreamfest. Just using it here for the weakness exploitation, though this is actually a situation where the charm could come in handy. These guys are so durable. This does have a decent odd of actually coming in clutch as a defensive thing for us. But we'll see if the all-out attack will finish them off also. That one managed to survive even though it was dizzy. Okay. And I don't believe I have any dark damage at my disposal. I don't even have any items that can use dark skills. Let me just double check my notes here. Let's see. So it's resistant to all physical skills, right? Yeah, so I think the best option, honestly, would be to just dump an Inferno on its head and call it a day. That should deal enough damage. Yeah, there we go. I can live with that. I can live with that. And over here, we've got Grand Maguses. As is so common for these guys, they are weak to fire, but beyond that, they have 909 HP, nullify strike skills, repel ice, light, and dark skills. Koromaru, of course, can just light these guys up with Maragidine, and we can call it a day in that regard. I will say, it is so nice in this mode to have the fast-charging, ambush attacks. Gets you so much extra theurgy for Aegis, so makes it easy to have it ready for the upcoming monad doors. So let me see here. It is strike that these guys are immune to, right? Yeah, so I'm actually gonna try to conserve some SP here, just in case we do come across another monad door. So I can just use Deathbound to fish for a crit and get it. Very nice, very nice. And we've got our next monad boss here, the Phantom King. And this guy has some pretty bad news lined up for him. He has access, or he has 2422 HP, repels light and dark, but very unfortunately is weak to fire skills. So we can just knock him down with Maragidine and then tee off with Inferno. This is where having Cert really becomes a beautiful thing at our disposal. One thing I am missing from him is single target boost, so I could probably stand to mix that in with a skill card, though I'll probably fuse him up to Saturnus at some point anyway, so it's not really that big a deal either way. Maegon coming through, which is a little bit unfortunate for Ken, but he did not get the dodge there, I'm afraid. Hamon coming out, is that on Koromaru? Yeah, unfortunately that did connect, but he does have access to the homunculi, so he's not completely screwed there. Ken, on the other hand, was kind of robbed there, but that's not the end of the world. Hopefully, Fuka has access to her theurgy soon, so that we get... Yeah, she'll have it soon. We can use that to get the team buffed back up again. But yeah, just another round of Inferno to finish this guy off. Actually, as a matter of fact, I can't switch to him. We'll just use Maragidine for a little bit of SP conservation. There we go. That's what it looks like to take out this guy. And I may as well go over the rewards we got from that monad while we are here. So, grabbing this treasure, we get another Ring of Eminence. Now that we can actually get all the accessories for passives that I care about, I probably won't be making that much use of the Eminence, or rather, the various monad accessories anymore. Another Coat of Eminence here that nobody on this party can use. And honestly, Ken's already got a pretty good one, so I suppose I can take a look at it. I should also take a look at that Axe of Eminence we just got there. Let's see, all stats +5, definitely a downgrade from having Strike Amp, so not gonna take that. Legs of Eminence, let's see what those do for us. Once again, the game is interrupting me when I want to check these things. Please, just tell me, what do these things do? Auto Heat Riser? Well, actually, it's redundant with what we already got, and definitely a downgrade from 100 HP. Alrighty, that's all we needed to check out there. And hey, now isn't a good opportunity to use our Tartarus search, because we've got another Greedy Shadow encounter, and of course a new Greedy Shadow to deal with, so we may as well just cover taking out this guy really quick. Take a second to deal with him. There it goes again. I think we'd really get a really nice haul if we could defeat it. Would you like to chase it down? It seems like that would help you, sister. Come on, let's take it down. Yeah, let's chase it. Understood. In that case, we can use my skill Tartarus search to make sure we corner it. What'd you like to do? Obviously, I mean, you've got all this SP at this point, Fuka. Why not use it? Yep, but a quick Tartarus search there, and we can automatically just take it down, make a right. Again, if you have not finished off the quest for defeating a Greedy Shadow, this is a point where it becomes free. Same as the journey, really, though you had a lot more time to potentially corner a Greedy Shadow, so I kind of get the feeling you'd have done it by the point Tartarus search comes up anyway. So this guy, very fortunately for us, is actually weak to strike skills. That is his sole weakness and the only notable resistance thing going on with him, so let's switch over to Metis here real quick and hit him with an incredibly powerful Gigantic Fist. I will probably eventually be dropping Gigantic Fist from Metis' skill set. It's the last strike-based skill that, or it's the last single-target strike-based skill that she learns, and it is not really appreciably better than Akasha Arts. It's ever so slightly weaker, so even on a single hit of Akasha Arts, even if it doesn't hit the double hit, it's generally just better to have it than Gigantic Fist. Let's see here. A Vile Assault from Ken should actually deal some pretty nice damage here, so we'll just take that. He's getting up, but, you know, Greedy Shadow. He's got his, final checkmate. His fist is clenched there. One whack with the hammer, and he is down. Sadly, we could not get the all-out attack finisher, but it doesn't matter, because I still got the, shuffle time. It's very tempting to take that moon card, but I think I will take the experience here, because that'll get Adavaka to his desired point so much faster. There we go! Level 74 is what we were waiting for, because that is when we get Auto Mataru. This guy's going to be fused off in relatively short order. I don't need Maragi Dine on him, so we'll just get rid of that nonsense. Media Rahan for Ken, also. Beautiful pickup for this stage of the game. And Akasha Arts for Metis. We will keep a Gigantic Fist for the time being, but eventually we will get skills that are just more worthwhile, like Enduring Soul. Immediately going to swap out Gigantic Fist for that once we get it. Greedy Shadow defeated. Nice job. We managed to recover the treasure it was hoarding too. And a whole bunch of treasure there. Some very much appreciated sutras at this point. We did it. Yeah, chasing it was kind of fun. I now have a full grasp of this floor's layout, thanks to us chasing down. I'll guide you through the stairs. Funnily enough, this was right after I just cleared that monad door, so we already had the floor layout, but whatever.
Here it is again. It has to be.
Really gives you a sense of finality that the
Koro-chan?
first boss of Empyrean gets a voice scene there. Regardless, that is the end of our expedition for Persona 3 Reload. Obviously, it'll be our key focus for exploration next time, but that is where we will finish off here. Let's get back to the answer in progress. Oh, I swear there was something else I was gonna say real quick. Oh yeah, Adavaka actually did finally reach a... Oh no, wait, we already saw this. Man, I am slow on the update. Never mind. Whatever it was, it probably was not important. Back to the answer. Alright, took that opportunity to update my personal bestiary so that I could mark off what I had encountered there, and Empyrean throws quite a bit of new enemies. Now, that one over there, that Strong Shadow, let me check my notes real quick. I just want to quickly address that one, because I'm not going to get into a fight with it. It would be unwise to do so. Let me see here. It's a tower-type enemy. It's not the Fanatic Tower that we just saw. Oh my goodness, where is it? Grudge Tower. These things are devious to fight against. They got 1020 HP, resistant to slash and pierce skills, absorbs fire, repels elect and dark, and nullifies light. We really don't have a good answer to them with Aegis. We don't have Norn to take advantage of their neutrality to wind, and they come in packs of 4, so they are incredibly dangerous. My one attempt at fighting them off recording nearly ended in disaster, but fortunately I had a Trafuri gem kicking around, so I was able to escape the battle. But yeah, those things can be pretty nasty. Would not recommend engaging with them unless you did take the time to get Norn ready at this point, and even then, you definitely want to slap on your auto team buffer before getting into the encounter. I'll admit, I've been a little lax in gathering new personae, so I should probably focus on that a little bit. We're probably going to have to get a encounter with those Grudge Towers just to get them out of the way, unfortunately. Not always something that I want to have to do, but hey, well, maybe not. This goes on. Ooh, nice. Actually, we do have these stairs right here. Would like to take another opportunity to maybe grab a new persona or get some extra experience here, so let's take this enemy out. And we do got something new here. 2 new things, actually. First off, we have the White Sigil over here. Repels slash, weak to fire, drains ice, and repels light. Only 364 HP to burn through, though. Nothing too terrible. The Void Giants here are pretty brutal. Drain physical attacks and repels light and dark. So, gotta have some really good elemental damage at your disposal to deal with them. Sorry. Let me see here. We will go for Bishamonten here. Just, nope. Take, Maragi Dine here. With Fire Boost and Fire Amp in tandem now, this should deal some pretty wonderful damage, and indeed it does. Do I have the Vayu Bracers on, Metis instead? She's going for Garudine a lot. I should probably pay attention to what I've got equipped on her. Not that it matters too much, most of the time. Metis is pretty, low maintenance, honestly, just due to her strong core kit, not having any weaknesses to worry about. I already have Kikurihime in my stock, so we'll go for the experience instead. And a pretty good amount of experience it is. Sadly, not another level up for Bishamonten, but he'll get there in due time, I'm sure. We're going to be making plenty use of him.
Yes. My skill level has increased.
My skills have improved.
Yeah, we'll definitely want to secure as many levels as possible for Ken so that he can get to Media Rahan post-haste. That's weird. Please be careful, this floor has more enemies than usual. Ooh, nice. Chance to get double experience, though we'll definitely want to be mindful of, oh wait. Is this? Oh, yeah, it's a rare form floor. Never mind. Actually, the opposite of a good experience floor. Unfortunately, was not able to hit that one. But let's, while we're here, may as well go for a little bit of hunting. Ooh. Get a rare chest there. A Narcissus Flower. Heck yeah. One persona that I might be worth my time to create is Jitayu, just in case I ever want to sub in Junpei over either Akihiko or Ken, though I think I'll be pretty good with Akihiko, honestly. Yes, got that one, heck yeah. Sometimes Aigis can actually get those first strikes on these guys, though they move so fast, it's not super likely. And speaking of things that are super likely, we've got that guy escaping immediately. Not a fan, but hey, what can you do? Sometimes these things happen. I've also noticed that sometimes on these floors, these rare forms, they won't react to your presence. They'll just let you hit them. It was coming up particularly frequently in Persona 3 Portable. There were a lot of floors where after like scaring off a certain number of rare forms, they would just stay there. They would let me wail on them, no problem, get the encounters really easily, and by extension, get a whole bunch of coins really easily. It was kind of funny, actually paying more attention to the mechanics. I never really noticed until I did this LP that in Persona 3 Portable, they changed how the fusion weapons work so that you can only have one copy of each base weapon type. You can't just get infinite copies, which was a weird change to deal with at first, but I got why it existed. It was a little annoying that I couldn't have multiple varieties of fusion weapons, because that was a situationally useful thing to do. But it did make it so that rare forms were actually still a source of money, like they were in the vanilla Persona 3 release. What kind of gun did I just get for Aigis there? There's some pretty valuable stuff we can get at this point, like the Maximus 10 Endurance. Ooh. That is, I mean, we've got Vitality Rings at this point, and that is such a significant defense increase. I think that is well worth it. That'll easily make up the difference of 30 HP. Wow, I actually did hit that one. We're getting pretty lucky here, getting quite a few glorious coins while we're at it. Nice, and pretty lucky there. But yeah, 10 endurance, that's worthwhile. That'll easily equal out to 30 HP in damage calculations if we're evenly leveled with something. I think that's enough defense that it's just flatly better than, like, it would have to be 100 HP for me to be like, yeah, I probably shouldn't swap this out. Making our way down here.
This feeling. This has to be.
Man, I was so caught up in just the vibes that I didn't realize we had already made it to the 8th floor. This FES recording actually is only 22 minutes long so far, so wow, once again, like, this is just proving to be surprisingly breezy, way faster than my initial playthrough of, which it's been a while since I've finished, I only did one practice playthrough of The Answer in episode Aigis, so it's been a while, so I'm surprised how good the FES version is going, but I've played Persona 3 FES so much, like, all this skill that I've developed in the journey with all the practice, and the Let's Play I did for that has probably helped me out quite a bit in The Answer here. Regardless, as always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you next time, where, of course, we have more boss fights to tear through. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye.
I don't dispute the doubts you've outlined, but it's my right to waste your time.